Zimbabwe the President of the International Cricket Council, Mr. Shashank Manohar, who is in Zimbabwe on a historic visit. He's the first ICC President to visit Zimbabwe. As the sports fraternity, sports movement in our country, we feel greatly honored to receive him here and to engage with him on a lot of discussions with regards to the development of global cricket, as well as the development of cricket in Zimbabwe. We just concluded our meeting in which we discussed four issues that are very important to the development of cricket in Zimbabwe. The first issue of discussion is to do with the World Cup qualifiers next year, due to be held in Zimbabwe. The ICC President has requested that we do provide guarantees at two levels. One, the security guarantees for all the teams that will be visiting the country, including the athletes and the technical officials and staff from the ICC, to make sure that the games are smooth. Secondly, to make sure that we do provide guarantees in terms of tax exemptions, especially for the re-exportables that do come into Zimbabwe. I've assured Mr. Manohar that for us that is standard practice. This is stuff that we do all the time when we host international matches, and that in that regard and to that extent certainly is going to be getting the guarantees that he requires in order for Zimbabwe to be able to host the World Cup qualifiers in June of 2018. The second issue that was under discussion between myself and the President of the ICC was to do with re-engineering the debt with the Zimbabwe cricket. You know that Zimbabwe cricket is indebted to the tune of about 19 million. We are working on a model of how that debt could be dealt with in a way that would assist Zimbabwe cricket in terms of its standing, its credibility, its integrity within the community of cricketing nations. We have taken very important decisions in that regard, which decisions we would not want to announce to the media at the moment, but are important as far as assisting the development of Zimbabwe cricket. And we're happy with the compromises that have been agreed between myself and the President of ICC, Mr. Shashank Manohar. The third issue is to do with the ICC board meeting, which we intend to have hosted in our country next year. We have discussed the pathway to achieving that lofty objective. We are happy with the work that we think has already started in that direction. We are going to be communicating with Mr. Manohar in that regard before the 25th of September to make sure that we tie all the loose ends in respect of making sure that the ICC board meeting is held in Zimbabwe in the month of April 2018. And then finally, we also discussed the issue to do with an academy for Zimbabwean cricketers in India, which Mr. Manohar has offered free of charge to Zimbabwean cricketers through Zimbabwe Cricket in his state of Nagpur, and we're very grateful to him for that. A first contingent or first batch of our cricketers will be traveling to India to participate in the in a conditioning program under the direction of the academy in the month of October, which is like 2 months from now, and we'll be having another batch following immediately thereafter. So those are the issues that we've discussed.
The Minister, Honorable Minister has already briefed you with regard to the discussion. I I can only add to it that I was privileged to meet the Vice President, the Acting President and the Sports Minister, and we had a very constructive and fruitful meeting, and I am sure with the help of the Sports Minister and the other government officials, we will be able to sort out all the problems with regard to Zimbabwe cricket.